All right. Hello, everybody out there in PBI and Coco and Confident Land. It is your girl, Miss Kia. I am here with the amazing team that makes Coco and Confident happen. And so we are going to just really get going. We're here to tell you a little bit more about it's kind of like check in, right? Where we've come, where we started, where we're coming from, and where we are going as we are preparing to wrap up season 2 of the Coco and Confident podcast, which is the number one team podcast in the world, by the way. So we are on our way. I'm going to start. We're going to do some intros so you all can get to know us just a little bit more. I know on the podcast, we introduce ourselves and we kind of just keep going, but you don't know who's on these calls. We have some amazing and brilliant, not only people, but most importantly, teen girls that are on this, that are on here that help lead this podcast into the perfect direction. So, as I stated, Miss Kia here. I'm the marketing and branding director for Project Diva International. And you can call me an executive producer of the Coco and Confident podcast, right? Just really happy to be here. But I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Miss Ayana.
Hey y'all, it's Miss Ayana. I am PDI's executive assistant. I assist Miss Nita as well as our other directors, Miss Kia, Miss LaQuisha, and Miss Martha. And I'm gonna pass it to.
You forgot though. You forgot though. You're our researcher for the Coco and
Oh, and
Confident
I'm the
podcast.
researcher.
Girl,
I
put your
wear I
hat
wear a
on.
couple of hats, y'all. Okay,
Period.
listen. I'm trying not to be modest, but I wear a bunch of hats. Thank you, Miss Kia. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I'm gonna slide it over to Mr. Trent.
Hi, everybody. I am Mr. Trent. I am the podcast coordinator. I deal with all the behind the scenes action with assisting the team with getting everything ready, bringing the guests on, having like the flow of how the podcast will go. But it's been fun so far. I can't wait to see what comes next. I'm going to.
Wait a
Wait,
minute.
wait,
Wait a
wait,
minute.
wait,
I like
wait,
y'all.
wait,
I
wait,
like
wait.
you. I like how y'all trying to be humble. You know what I mean? But just pop your collar on this one, right? Mr. Trent is not assisting us. Mr. Trent is leading us. He as the coordinator. He is one of the visionaries for the Coco and Confident podcast. When we got questions, I go to Mr. Trent. What's going on? Okay, so pop your collar, but you can pass it on.
Yes, yes, yes. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I will pass it to Miss Nita.
Oh, I am Miss Nita Kellogg, the founding executive director of Project Diva International. And I am also co-hosting with the girls this season, or for a couple of seasons, I believe, having a blast with them as I just get back. I get to sit back and see everybody grow. So I'm super excited about all of everybody who's on this call. Thank you. I'm going to slide it on over to Bree so she can smile on camera.
My name is Bree, and I am a girl on the go, and I'm passing it to Demaria.
Hold on. Go on, Kia, get her.
Let's see, Bree. Now, Bree. Also, what Bree does with the Coco and Confident podcast. You're one of our hosts, right? Cool. So try it again. Say, I'm Bree. I'm a girl on the go, and I'm one of the hosts for the Coco and Confident podcast. And then you pass it on.
I'm Bree. I'm a girl on the go. I'm also a host for the podcast, and I'm passing it to Demaria.
Hello, my name is Demaria. I'm a teen executive, and I was one of the co-hosts for a podcast that I did with Miss Nita.
Absolutely.
Who you gonna pass it to?
Right, and I'm gonna pass it to Marlene.
Hi everyone, my name is Marlene. I am a teen executive. I've also been one of the hosts within the podcast, Coco and Confident Podcast, as well as the editor, and I am passing it over to Deshauna.
Hold on. Get her, Kia.
And a little humble, right? Everybody being humble. But Marlene, we're gonna have her share a little after Deshauna introduces herself. We're gonna have Marlene share a little bit about the origination of the podcast. Marlene was a part of the original OGs of even this being a thought, the the size of a mustard seed. It was a mustard seed. And Marlene has helped grow the vision, give great perspective. And so, yes, you have been one of the hosts for the past, one of the co-hosts for you hosted the first season that helped with the co-hosting for the second season. We're pulling on you for the third, and you edit, and you like take all our text messages, all my text messages of like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? So we pull on you so much. We appreciate you. Deshauna, you take it away, and then we're gonna get into what's next.
Hi, I am Deshauna. I'm a teen exec, and I have been one of the co-hosts for Cocoa and Confidence.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. And we are adding to our team every day. We have we might have a girl or two who didn't even make it today. So we're all here though, and we're happy to be talking about Cocoa and Confident. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Mr. Trent, who is going to share kind of like his thought as the originator, like visionary. Like he was a part of those conversations even before I myself got pulled in. I just knew that they were working on a podcast. Okay, cool, cute. Y'all recorded that. Okay, cute. And y'all had your lip gloss on. That's all I ain't too worried about, your shirt and your lip gloss. But then I got pulled in, and it got, but they were handling it, and that felt I know for me as the marketing and branding director, it gave me so much ease, right? And trust, right? It wasn't no worry. I felt very honored that they were working on something that I love when the meeting of the minds come together and our young people are brought in. So I knew you had it from the very start. Mr. Trent, why don't you share with us a little bit about like the vision for Cocoa and Confident, why Cocoa and Confident? And I don't know if y'all know out there, but Mr. Trent is actually Miss Nita's son. And so I've known him since he was a little boy, I think probably preteen-ish, even it might even been before then, right? And so after all these years, right, for you being her son, like it seems like you finally you got a role, came in. You come a long way from opening and closing the curtain, my boy. Like,
listen. That's what I started as. But I didn't level it up now.
Listen, look at you now. Mm-hmm. So tell us more about that.
Okay. So really, it really came upon because me and Miss Nita was having a conversation one day, and she had told me that she wanted to do something different. She wanted to go in like another direction with Project Diva. I mean, over the years of 17, about to be 18 years, seeing how all the alumni have had so many opinions on so many things, but it was never brought into like the world, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing now. So I just remember having a conversation with Miss Nita, and she was just saying like, she was thinking about a podcast, and she asked me, she's like, would you coordinate it? And I was like, absolutely, I would. Like, why not? And then we got Miss Marlene on, starting to see how she is as a young lady and just her opinions, and it's like her thoughts with so many things in the world. It was like, this is going to be a phenomenal team for one, and it is. Of course, we brought on Miss Kia and Miss Ayana to help us along the way. But yeah, the vision is just like giving young girls a voice to where people can hear their opinions on the world and topics and development, and seeing where their mind is with being, preteen, teenagers, and young adults. So I am very grateful to be in this space. I was, even when I had like first started, and like I'm like, what is my title gonna be? I'm thinking like, is it gonna be podcast coordinator? Am I gonna be director? Like, what am I gonna say about about myself? But it's been a fun journey, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Awesome! Come on, I know that's right, sometimes. But we're LaQuisha, so she can be doing her little fingers like clock it. And you know what? We believe in giving people their flowers here at PDI. It is always love with us. So I'm going to give a special shout out to Miss Larita Ransom and to Leanna, who were a part of the originators as well when in that first season, like when we were literally like really just figuring things out. And they were helping strategize and develop this concept as well, ensuring that we had what we needed to get going. So much love to you all as well. We miss you. We love you. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Miss Marlene, or pass it over to Miss Marlene so she can share how does it feel, right, to have been on this road, like on this journey. I don't want to say there hasn't been, to me, there hasn't been any highs and lows. I mean, it's all been all highs. It hasn't been like lows, but just like figuring out like what works for us in this podcast world and being really confident as a teenager, as a teen girl, because we don't make you grown than before your time here. So really as a teen girl, like being confident as you come to the table, speaking boldly about all things concerning teens and advocating like for the vision of this podcast. Like, how has this journey been for you? How has it felt?
Yeah, thank you, Miss Kia. The journey has been really good. I even thinking about conversations before the podcast was even a thought, like speaking with Miss Nita about how I was once someone who was not talkative. I didn't speak out for myself, like I didn't advocate for myself, and then getting into a space where that's all that we do on this podcast. We advocate for girls and women who look like us. We talk about things that are not talked about, and the entire process from it being a thought and now something that is flourishing and growing, it's almost it's it almost feels surreal in the way that it can be it can be as simple as a thought that like becomes a whole entire thing that's like way bigger than you. And I just really do appreciate like the support that was given to me, and also giving myself that like the flowers that I usually don't take the time to give myself, but also like just sitting and appreciating myself, like I'm making steps, I'm growing, I'm impacting people. Like people actually tell me, that I'm wise beyond my years, or like I'm mature, and like taking all of that and putting it into a podcast where people can take what I've been through or what I know and then apply it, or like take that and support, like, be able to support them in the ways they need, not trying to fix anybody, but definitely supporting people. So I'm just overjoyed that I'm able to make an impact at the age that I am, and knowing that I haven't even scratched the surface yet. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Thank you, Miss.
Yes, you are welcome, my girl. Yeah, and you have. To watch you have grown over, gosh, at this point, all the years in my life are running together now. So probably like the last, for sure, like 4 years, even like going into 5 years of your education, of knowing you, right, and remembering when you were a little bit more quiet and reserved, and I would think just really not. I've watched your confidence grow, right? And providing us being able to provide that space within PDI of a sacred space for girls to be, right? And to find their voice, and they can speak for themselves, and they can be bold, and you can be opinionated and intrinsically driven, all the things that you can be, and people catch that, right? And then even when you may find challenges in being able to vocalize that, then we're standing right there 10 toes down with you, advocating for that, emailing your teachers, right? Emailing the principal, calling your mom, you know what I'm saying? Like all those things, as you are then becoming more and more boldly to find your voice. Even to the point sometimes we like, well, did she just say that? She's talking to me? I guess she is. I guess that's what I raised her to do, is to talk to me, right? And so even in that, like even in the reflection of that, so I'm so proud of you, Marlene. We appreciate you, and great, like you're amazing in front of the camera, but even behind the scenes, you all, Marlene edits all of our videos, right? So everything that we do, again, she's our editor. She's being creative. Her and Mr. Trent are putting the ideas together, again, where it's a trusted space. About that, I just say, here, are you ready do you have my piece, right? And that's all I need. Get alley oop it to me, and I'm gonna do all the behind the scenes things that it takes to maybe upload and all those things. And so everybody has a role here at the Coco and Confident podcast. Again, as I think it was you, Marlene, that said, like one person, but then it takes a team to make things happen. I think one of the number one takeaways that I've had from one of my coaches in the podcast world, he said, like, a lot of people think they're gonna do it alone, and then that's why it doesn't get done. right? Because they want to be the recorder, the editor. You don't know. Why don't you get an editor? Right? Or you want to record everything. Do you know how to map out a script, or, what does that look like? Do you know how to research and go find a guest and all that? I know for me, I've been trying to research a little bit, right? I know how to keep me persistent, but Miss Ayana got a special sauce. She be getting answers from people, and I'm like, now at this point, anything in my life, I'm like, Ayana, can you get on it for me? Can you see about this? I know this ain't a part of your job, but it kind of is. Can you do this for my life? Can you be this for me? And that's amazing, right? I know me and Miss Nita, we be flying, she be piloting, I'm like co-pilot. You can pass it to me, I'm gonna keep the plane up. But you tell us what you understand, all these buttons and stuff, and so just even being a part of that, right? It keeps us young, it keeps us fun, and it's multi-generational, intergenerational. Legacies are right here before us, and the legacy of even, like we said, with Mr. Trent and our girls. So I'm gonna jump right in. We got a couple questions, and then we gonna wrap this up. And we're going to head on out. So season 1, our topic was teen talk. Miss Nita, you about to head on out?
Yeah, I think it's almost 10:30.
Okay, Miss Nita, it's 10:26. So Miss Nita, you go ahead and wrap yourself up, and then you head out. We don't want you just disappearing from the call.
Well, thank y'all. So I just want to really quick say, it has been amazing working with every last one of you. Trent, I remember when you were a kid and you was like, can I call you Nita? And I was like, hell to the no. But now you can call me Miss Nita. See, look. You a part of the business.
Yes.
I caught that when you said that, Miss Nita. But I agree with Miss Kia, bringing you on, asking you in the beginning, because you and Ayana always listen to podcasts, knowing that as young people, that's your world, and asking you to be a part of that in the business has been so amazing to watch you grow, watch you pull everybody together, watch the girls gravitate to you because they think you're kind of cool. So it's been really cool to watch that, and to watch that every last one of you are making history. All of your names will go down in the Project Diva International history books as the originals who made this what we're saying we are, which is the #1 podcast, right? And again, with Kia, Miss Kia and Miss Ayana, and all the background noise that we have committed to support you young ladies. But ultimately, the intrinsically driven is the #1 thing that we love about our core values, because we haven't had to drag none of you along. This is innately in all of you to not just come on, but to actually prepare for the guests. Do your research, even though Ms. Ayana does her set of research and she alley-oops us things, but you all take the time to actually go and do your own research as young people. And so when we're always talking about how you all aren't our future leaders, you are our right now leaders, again, you all are showing up to show the world that. So I really, really value and appreciate all of you. I'm excited about the upcoming season. I'm excited about the season that we're closing out. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. I also want to say that I am at the Juneteenth pageant. I want to give them their props. Angel, my cousin, is the founder of it. And so to work along, again, family, to make that happen and give this opportunity to our girls and other girls that we work with throughout the city is super amazing. So I am wearing 2 hats representing Project Diva today, as well as representing Juneteenth, Miss Juneteenth Pageant, Minnesota. It is their 2nd year. And so look out, because we will be doing more things with them as well. And again, I just want to say thank y'all for this podcast. Let's close out this season amazing. And I'm so happy and proud of y'all. I love you too, girl. I'm hopping off, and y'all have fun finishing.
Bye. Love you. Have fun. Tell them good luck. We love them. Bye.
I will.
Dante, sit down. Sorry, y'all. I'm a dog. So again, jumping right back into it, as just so everyone understands, right? Season 1. So each season for the Coco and Confident podcast is 6 episodes, right? So season 1 was what teen talk. That was you all getting to know kind of just how teens are leading conversations, and we had some amazing times and amazing guests on season 1. Season 2 was who champions you, right? And so we champion our girls and we allow them to amplify their power. So all of our guests that came on were talking about their stories of how did they get to where they are going. Everybody has a story, and there was somebody along the way that began to champion you. We can't do it by ourselves, right? Even when we try, or even when you don't. Sometimes when you're young and you're a child, you don't realize the people that are championing for you until you get to young adulthood, or you get to live it a little bit. You're like, "Man, she was someplace, or she did something for me that changed in that moment, changed my life." And a lot of times, especially with Black girls, right? Let's just be honest, with Black girls, they need, based upon our like demographic and structure and just cultural things, right? They need stuff. That's cool that you can dream, or you say, "Oh, baby, you going to college and all that." Yeah, you going to college, and or you're going to be your own entrepreneur, and all these things that you're dreaming from and the goals that you set. You have those, and we help you get there. But you also have things that you need right now. And so that's what the champions do. So we talked about who champions you in season 2. And then as we go into season 3, we're going to be talking about my journey, my legacy. If you all, for those of you who are familiar with Project Diva International, every year we have a theme, right? Every year we have one. And so our upcoming theme for this year is My Journey, My Legacy. And what better way than to incorporate that into the Coco and Confident podcast? And our guests are going to be talking about their journeys and their legacies that they're leaving. So as we have wrapped up, like we're wrapping up season 2, how has it felt for y'all? And somebody can just jump on in.
I'll start.
Okay.
For like with season 2, just being a phenomenal season again. With season 3, I'm hoping to see more. I guess you can say like more stories. Seeing where people have came from, and then seeing like where their journey has led them, as well. I guess I can just say I'm excited for season 3 overall.
Nice. Thank you, Mr. Trent. All right, who wants to go? Well, it looks like Miss Ayana came on, so we'll do the twofold question instead of having to ask it twice, right? So as we wrap up season 2, how has it felt, Miss Ayana? And what are you looking forward to in season 3?
So for season 2, I feel like season 2 was probably our busiest season. There was a lot of moving parts with this season. But nonetheless, a really great season, really full. And we had some guests that allowed for us to expand our platform in a way that is healthy for the direction that we're moving towards. I'm really excited for season 3. The theme alone gets me excited. I'm really looking forward to hearing, like Mr. Trent mentioned, the stories and the legacies that the guests and the co-hosts are sharing conversations regarding the theme. I'm really excited to see what we have in store for this season.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Come on, girls. Who's next?
How I felt about season 2, I felt like all the girls and all the co-hosts and hosts and everybody that played a part did amazing on just making the podcast reach higher numbers and also just adventure further than it already was. What I'm expecting from season 3 is really just like being able to feel personal connections with people from hearing about their journey and how they built their legacy, and just how beautiful hearing their story will be.
Nice. Thank you so much. Who's next? What you got, Bree?
I really enjoyed season 2, and like Deshauna said, everybody that was a part of that did really good. And for next season, I'm looking forward to really getting to know the people, like how they grew up and how they got to where they were.
Awesome. Thank you. Demaria?
Oh, okay. First, I want to give I want to give everybody their props for them doing like a big thing that they never thought they would ever do. And for me, I would say who championed me was Miss Ayana, because when it was my first podcast and I never did it, she led me through it. She pushed me through it. She was there to help me, even though I was nervous. She was there to help me out, and I also have Miss Nita for that. So I want to thank y'all for that, for me accomplishing something new and something bigger in me to go on with that in life. And what also I want to say is before season 3, I'm excited for season 3 because since we don't know them, we'll get to know them and we'll get to ask questions about them. And all I'm hoping for is for us to like make bonds with them, and also we could like talk out of just doing a podcast with them. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Thank you, Demaria. All right, Marlene, what you got?
Yes, I can agree with everyone. Like season 2, there was so much effort put in, and it was a team effort. And as Mr. Trent said, I can agree that for season 3, I do hope to see more stories and to have more of the real. I feel like it would be important for people to hear something they can relate to than rather, someone leaning towards sugarcoating their story a little bit, but um just having a lot of like authentic real stories on the podcast, and um having things that can support people, and they know like they can come to our podcast and relate to whatever episode that is a part of season 3. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. That is so good. I know for myself, as we wrap up season 2, I am feeling just very proud, right? Proud of our entire team, right? But proud of all of you who we are sticking with it, right? Sometimes, a lot of times, just like with uh sports or clubs or different things like that. You try things and sometimes they work and they don't work. But when you find things that you are passionate about and you are very much so wanting to see advance you, and you can see yourself like at the end result, right? You just have to keep pushing. So I think season 2, not even think, I know season 2 was us for sure getting like our flow down, getting our system down, everything behind the scenes that just makes it work and makes everything click. That's amazing to see, right? Because we all also, like we think we've shared on here, many of us wear many hats, multiple hats, even our girls wear multiple hats within PDI. And so being able to balance that all is, I commend you all for that. And I thank you all for that, because we have a vision, but it cannot happen unless all of us are on board, right? And all of us are pushing in alignment and pushing the vision forward with that one band, one sound concept that we sort of live by. And so I know for me, you can find me with the dreamers and the doers, baby. We are going to be having visions, but not only having the vision, we write the vision, we make it plain, we go towards the vision, right? And so the dreaming part, I could dream all day, right? There's hardly a night that I don't dream. And so I'm dreaming day, dreaming night, dreaming all those things. But then the doer comes in. What keeps me ahead of that is you all, is the girls, because I have to lead by example, right? I have to participate. It's not just me. That's not just me thinking what I'm thinking. It's you all's dreams and you all's thoughts and goals riding on me as well. So I'm very honored. What I look forward to in season 3 is listening to the stories, right? There's so many amazing people out there in the world that people either um, I don't say don't see or overlook, but it can be that way, or they just don't know, right? You only know what is exposed to you. And so I love that you all are going to be using your voices for us to share some amazing people. We as a culture, men, women, boys, girls, all of that, right? One of the biggest things that I believe in terms of like a is the village concept, but standing in the gap for one another, right? And we all have a story. My story is no more important than the next person's story, but we all have those stories, and some of the things that the world will tell us to be shamed about because we're not perfect or we're not aligning with the system, a structure that wasn't even created for us to begin with, that our stories don't matter, or what we're saying, nobody wants to hear it, or nobody can be inspired by that. And so that's how the next person keeps going. There's brilliance in the world, there's excellence in the world, and we set the tone. And so I'm so, so, so excited for that. So as we begin to wrap up, does anybody want to add anything before I go ahead and go into my wrap up spiel?
Um, all I wanted to say was really just I really want to thank the guests for coming on. Because you are right, Miss Kia. Sometimes we fall into that stigma of we don't meet the standards of how they think that we should roll. You know what I'm saying? But the guests coming on, supporting our young women on this podcast, speaking with them, showing them how to show up, as themselves, staying sane emotionally as well as mentally, and really amplifying their power with season 2. I just know season 3 is going to be great. I really do.
Yay! Awesome. You right. High five through the video. Anybody else? Miss Ayana, you feeling anything? I see you coming off mute. I felt it.
I'm feeling absolutely all the feels. I'm so excited. I'm so eager for our next season. I'm thanking our guests as well as our team. None of this could be possible without everybody on this call. Everybody doing the things to ensure that we are making sure that everything remains in alignment, to make sure that we, doing our thing in an efficient way and doing it in excellence as we do everything. So thank y'all so much for y'all support. And we gonna get this season cracking.
Yes, it takes a village.
Yeah, absolutely. Any of you girls have anything, or y'all good? Cool. That's my girls. Okay, cool. So what you all can do, family, is make sure that you are subscribed to Project Diva International on YouTube, right? That is where the Coco and Confidence podcast, the Coco and Confident podcast lands, right? That's where the season, the episodes are posted, the promo videos. You can watch some of our previous seasons. All that is there. So number one, make sure that you are subscribed to that. It don't take much. All y'all on YouTube, and then take your baby's pet tablet too. All the little ones, take their tablet and subscribe to, because this is safe conversation for the young people as well. You will help drive our numbers up so we can have more subscribers. That then launches us into that next realm. You already know of the internet sensations, right? And we want to be more. We want to be here for a long time, not just a good time. And so subscribe.
Yeah.
Make sure that you share it. Right, you can take that link, copy that link, throw it in some text messages, let your people know to follow us, or some of your groups that you're in. Let them know to follow us. This is, again, appropriate conversation for not just teens, not just girls, but for the entire family, right? From our young ones all the way up to our elders. And you can like us on our socials. So we are on Facebook as Project Diva International. We are on Instagram at Project Diva International. We are on LinkedIn at Project Diva International, and of course, YouTube. Those are our platforms. And if you want to stay in touch with us, don't hesitate to visit our website, and you can sign up for our newsletter as well. So it's all these different ways that you can stay connected to us. If you have anything or you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to us. And yeah, subscribe, share, and like. So that's what I have. We, on behalf of the Coco and Confident podcast and all of us here, we thank you all so much for watching as we just continue to share with the world what we have done for many years within Project Diva International, for 18 years to be exact. That now it's time for us to, on a larger level, share it with the world so you all can feel that too from our girls. So thank you, girls. Thank you, team. Mr. Trent, Miss Ayana, and shout out to Miss Nita. And I love y'all. Have a blessed rest of your day.
More.
All right.